asked myself one important question when I enrolled into Jones International University. Why am I here? The first answer that popped into my head was because I want to be successful. Just like me, over 4,500 students attend JIU in hopes of being successful. Now here's what's interesting. Many people say that the key to being successful is time management. Yet, reports show that roughly 80 to 95% of students admit to being procrastinators. Now luckily for me, this means that many of you will be able to relate to this topic because according to these numbers, you too are procrastinators. So this worked out great for me. Procrastination not only affects you individually. Diana DeLonzor, author of the book Never Be Late Again, states that it costs the American public $3 billion in lost productivity each year due to chronic lateness. In fact, some people actually enjoy the rush that they get from being late. They enjoy the adrenaline rush that they get from coming close to exceeding a deadline. They're actually addicted to stress. But did you know that the constant stress of procrastination can have a major effect on your finances, your relationships, and most importantly, your life? By now, some of you have been able to identify with some of these actions. During this presentation, it is my hopes that you gain a better understanding of what procrastination is, its causes, and how to overcome it. The rest of you, little 5% here, just smile and nod along as I go along with my presentation. Do you often wait until the last minute to do something? If you do, no worries, it's normal. Or is it? The super smart people at Princeton University define it as it is the act of procrastinating. Actually, it's putting off, deferring, or delaying an action until a later time. I'll give you an example. If you've ever had a course project due at midnight, but you didn't get started until around 10 or 11:30, yet you have the highest score on Candy Crush Saga, that makes you a time-wasted procrastinator. Oh, excuse me, I'm sorry. Hello, Teapot on Kettle. Yes, I too am a procrastinator. I put things off until the last minute. But I've convinced myself that it's because I'm a single parent, so I have to wait until my children go to sleep. Or I actually convinced myself that I work better under pressure, so I'll get a better grade. We'll say that. Well, this is the reason that I chose to discuss the importance of time management skills. It's not only a way to bring awareness to you guys, but myself as well. For the majority of us, procrastination is nothing but a bad habit that can be corrected. According to a report by Carleton University, procrastination can be viewed as a bad habit which has been reinforced. The report goes on to state that it could also be a way of avoiding or escaping the anxiety that's associated with studying. How many of you began to nod in agreement as I read those statements? I know I did when I first read it. Although some of us are aware that we're putting off or delaying our actions until a later time, others unconsciously delay their actions, which could be a sign of internal conflict. Well, maybe you grew up with strict parents and now you're feeling like I'm out on my own, I can do what I want. Or your parents may have been too lenient with you and you have an I'll get to it whenever I can attitude. Either way, procrastination, if unchecked, will eventually lead to having negative impacts on your lives. This is why developing time management skills is so important. Those impacts could result in poor grades, job loss, or even health issues, such as high levels of stress, insomnia, I'll get it right one day, or a weakened immune system. Can you imagine the amount of concealer that is going to cost to put around those circles that we're going to have to put around our eyes? And you two guys, you guys have camo and that's male makeup. Google it. I did it myself. So, who wants to wake up looking like Gollum in the morning. He's from the Lord of the Rings. Watch it. You don't want to look like him. Now that we have a better understanding of what procrastination is and its causes, let's take a look at some steps that we can do to overcome it. Now, imagine that every task on your list of things to do has been completed. Could you feel that? Some of you may have experienced a sense of happiness and imagine confetti dropping from the sky as the crowd cheered you on in the background. Some of you may have did one of these numbers. I'm not sure. Others may have experienced a sense of peace as if stress have left your body and relaxation has entered in. Either of these experiences can be achieved just by developing easy-to-follow time management skills. Also, what you can do to get the ball rolling, the first thing you'll have to do is stop justifying and come to the realization that you do have a problem. This step is actually crucial to overcoming procrastination because without it, you'll eventually put off developing these time management skills, thus staying in the vicious cycle that you're in now. What you want to do, especially me as a time management person, beginner at this myself, I wanted to find something that I could actually commit to doing. Here's a tip that I found on the internet in an article called Don't Have Enough Time? 7 Practical Steps to Try. And this was by Margarita Tartakovsky. I'll get that right one day too. Don't hold that against me. She states that keeping track of your time on a spreadsheet could help you figure out how you're spending your time and if you're doing what you want to be doing. She also suggests tracking your time for about a week using categories such as work or sleep, even household chores and family time. This could bring out where you're wasting your time. Once you figure those things out, you can begin to assign productive activities into those slots. You can even go as far as color coordinating your schedule on a dry ease calendar board. You could do things like work as green or bills as yellow or coursework as orange. You can do whatever color you want. I got that tip on an article which is called, the website is called singlemomeducation.com. So go there and check that out. Another technique that I discovered was super easy yet highly effective, extremely effective. Minimizing distractions. Turn off the television. You can catch reruns and episodes of Atlanta Housewives, Beverly Hills Housewives, even Orange County anytime throughout the week after it airs. I promise you'll find it. Another technique you can do is turn off the radio. Get rid of the music. Slow songs, especially love songs, have a way of triggering your thoughts, making you daydream, getting you off of your coursework. Here's a tip that I found, another one. It's tough, but turn off the social networking. No Twitter, no quick games of Candy Crush Saga, all of that. Turn it off. Don't even bring up Facebook at all. My computer has a dirty little trick that it does. When I'm on Facebook and I have the tab up, it'll give a notification with numbers and a parentheses at the top, which will let me know that someone has commented on my status or liked my status. So now I just don't bring it up at all because I'll taunt myself wondering who said what, who commented on what, who liked my status. So just don't bring it up at all. Also, if you can, turn off the cell phones. This can be very tricky because if you don't, you'll have a way of wasting your time on a conversation that is plain, pointless, prolix, prosaic, and prosy. So thank you, thesaurus.com. I refuse to complete this presentation without having a machine gun in there. Now that we have a better understanding of what procrastination is, its causes, and how to overcome it, it's time to put that knowledge into action. No longer will we wait until the last minute to do an assignment. We will do this. We will do a self-analysis to see if it's our fault or mommy's. We will not wait until the last minute to complete an assignment. We will keep track of our time to eliminate time wasters, and we will turn off the distractions like Facebook and the television. Who cares if it is the World Series or the Super Bowl or even a rerun of Housewives of Atlanta reunion? Okay, wait a minute. Maybe I went too far with that. Maybe we can manage our time around events like this. This could be very effective. What we can do as the first thing to get started, which is one of the hardest things to do, is, again, get started. So let me give you a bit of encouragement from one of my favorite philosophers and someone of whom I wish to see a lot more of in the future. He states that you may delay, but time will not, and lost time is never found again. Mr. Benjamin Franklin.